Well, I'm Norm Christensen, Professor Emeritus of Ecology and founding Dean of the Nicholas School of the Environment.
My name is Lori Bennear, and I'm the interim Stanback Dean at the Nicholas School of the Environment.
I came to Duke in '73 and I was recruited to the botany department. Was chair of the department, and I am, I guess, a botanist at heart. At that time, the Duke University Marine Laboratory, the School of Forestry and Environmental Studies, and the Geology Department all resided separately, but the environmental questions that we were asking at that moment were clearly cross-disciplinary. The provost of the university at the time contacted me to see if I would be willing to chair a committee to look at the future with the idea of, can Duke do something really different in the area of environmental science and policy? We ultimately came up with the idea of creating a school. Initially, the school was going to incorporate School of Forestry and Environmental Studies and the Marine Laboratory. We were discussing names, and somebody in the group said, you know, what about a School of the Environment? And some people said, oh God, that's a hokey name. You know, the School of the Environment, because there didn't exist such a thing. In the summer of 1990, the university did a search for a dean. So I threw my hat in the ring and I won the lottery.
As we celebrate Duke's Centennial, we look back on the long legacy of leadership at Duke in environmental science. Duke had the foresight in the 1930s to establish the Geology Department, the Duke Forest, and the Duke University Marine Lab. It then had the foresight in 1991 to pull those all together into a School of the Environment and to name Norm Christensen the founding dean. They really formed the foundation that has enabled the Nicholas School to become a true leader in interdisciplinary environmental scholarship.
My vision for the school was that this was a new school. It had deep roots in other programs, but I really thought that the concept of the school would work best if it could go from the physical sciences to the environmental sciences to the ecology to the social sciences and really bridge this gap. One of the really important changes came about 2 or 3 years into the development of the school with the Geology Department coming into the school. Geology as a discipline was becoming really more earth science oriented. Issues, particularly in oceanography, atmospheric science, climate, and so forth, were becoming very much a part of that domain. The Earth Sciences program provided a wonderful link to the Marine Laboratory with Earth and Ocean Sciences and to what was formerly environmental studies and folks working in soils, for example, or in biogeochemistry. We're all working on similar problems that have to be approached from a variety of different angles. We're all scholars.
Today, the Nicholas School's interdisciplinary breadth is even greater than it was when the school was formed in 1991. Today we have the ability to study environmental issues at much larger scales than anyone could have imagined. And some of this is due to extreme advances in technology that enable us to see and understand our world in completely new ways. We're no longer limited by where people can physically go in the field to collect samples. We can use satellite imaging. We can use improved sensors to track ocean currents and marine mammal locations. The combination of earth sciences, ecological and forest science, and marine science at the Nicholas School, together with the new areas of expertise that we've developed, provide students who come here with a truly unique educational opportunity. The Nicholas School has become a world-class research institution across the social and natural sciences. There's no other school of the environment that has that kind of breadth of interdisciplinary expertise, and that enables us to address a diverse set of environmental questions and attract a diverse student body.
I got a call from my son Jamie. He said, hey Dad, you know, I think I'm going to go back and get a master's degree in the Nicholas School. And I smiled and I said, you know, that's really wonderful. You couldn't have handed me a greater compliment. He asked if I would hood him as we do at the graduation ceremony, and which was, again, a wonderful compliment. It was terrific. I've been out of the deanship now for 25 years. The most exciting things to me about the school are what have happened in the last 25 years. I'm most proud that I teed things up over 10 years that allowed folks and really facilitated folks to do what they've done in the last 25 years.
Today, Duke has had the foresight to turn the entire focus of the university towards the critical problem of climate change in Duke's climate commitment. And of course, the Nicholas School of the Environment is the beating heart of that climate commitment. Without the scholarship and education that we provide, it's not clear that Duke would have the foundation on which they could build such a climate commitment. So it's really a privilege to lead the Nicholas School into Duke's next century and to continue that legacy of leadership.
We're almost 35 years since the creation of the Nicholas School, and its history reaches back over the entire century that we're celebrating, and I am just incredibly proud, and I'm particularly proud of what it's been able to do up to the present. And I expect it to be doing really, really great things in the future.